The Auditor General issued 12 reports within 1 year. The new Auditor General, President Akufo-Addo, congratulated him for that. There's a sticky point, however, in the Auditor General's report. He made a preliminary finding that 95 million Ghana cedis had been paid to the, let me get the name of the company, Sewage Systems. I'll get the name of the company very correct. It had been paid to Sewage Systems Ghana Limited. Sewage Systems Ghana Limited for apparently, in his preliminary observations, no work done, etc., etc. Because we have such a plural media society and such a vibrant media society, I think it might work if the Auditor General's preliminary findings can come with a response from all those affected institutions, including the Office of the Common Fund Administrator, the private sector companies that are involved. Because here is the Auditor General's preliminary findings, and that have been published. And so media will latch onto it and make news out of it. But they are what they are, preliminary findings. So that can create a wrong impression. Maybe that has been the cultural practice of the Auditor General for a while. But now that we have very plural media, maybe that should change. Because tonight, we have documents that show that the Auditor General's preliminary findings about the 95 million may be inaccurate. And let's begin with this story. So this is April 2012. April 2012 is where the story of the 95 million begins. In April 2012, a disaster occurred, and we picked this document from Ghana cholera outbreak, 2012. Ghana cholera outbreak. This is a document that you can see now. I'll flip it so you can see it in full. The report reads as follows. On April 11, 2012, the Ministry of Health notified the WHO of a cholera outbreak in the Greater Accra region between January and 6th May 2012. A total of 3,216 cases and 28 deaths were reported from 20 districts. Okay. The cholera cases and deaths increased steadily. This is May 2012 now. From April to May, the cholera cases, according to the report, are increasing. The cholera cases increased steadily, with the Ghana Health Service reporting 6,000 cholera cases with 69 deaths by the end of August. For the year 2012 as a whole, WHO reported 9,548 cases and 100 deaths of the cholera in Ghana. Affected country was Ghana. This is a WHO report. So the government of Professor Mills became concerned about the cholera outbreak. And then they began to look at, those of you who live in Accra know, the Lavender Hill area. The Lavender Hill is supposed to be a treatment plant for liquid waste and fecal matter and solid waste and all of that. It had broken down, so there was concern that perhaps it is partly responsible or maybe wholly responsible for the cholera. So the government reached out to the Zoom Lion, the sanitation company, to see what they can do about it. Before I go to the details, here is a TV3 report on the cholera outbreak in 2014, actually. So from 2012 up to 2014, we're still dealing with the cholera outbreak. Here's a TV3 report on the cholera at that time. Look at it.
Story. The Greater Accra Regional Directorate of the Ghana Health Service has declared the cholera outbreak an epidemic. The disease has claimed 67 lives and 3,000 cases reported.
Cholera, since its outbreak, has claimed 67 lives as at Wednesday, August 13. The Adabraka Polyclinic alone, which recorded 419 cases as at Wednesday, August 13, had the number increased to 476 in the morning of Thursday, August.
Yeah, that the TV3 news reporter said cholera has become a pandemic. Okay, so the government, being responsible as they are, at this time the government is under the administration and leadership of Professor JEA Mills, reached out to the company, and here are their documents. I'm going to walk you through the entire story so we understand where we are and we know who is speaking the truth and who is speaking the lie and who's been responsible with his journalism and who has been irresponsible and reckless with his journalism and headlines. Okay, yeah, so this is the report. This is the document that is signed by Mr. Egan. He's the secretary to the cabinet. This is a document of on 18th July 2012. And let's see the details. What does it say? It's on the document is entitled Executive Approval for the Provision of Guarantee by the Government of Ghana to cover credit agreement between Sewage Systems Ghana Limited, that's a Zoom Lion company, and Standard Chartered Bank Limited for the design, construction, and management of liquid and medical waste, Kolebu Medical Waste Disposal Plant, Mudo Fecal Waste Treatment Plant, and Accra Sewage Treatment Plant, aka Lavender Hill. Now, Cabinet is approving is looking at this agreement to approve a facility between Sewage Systems Ghana Limited and Standard Chartered Bank. Government of Ghana is looking to give a guarantee for this facility. It's money that is to be taken from Standard Chartered Bank to the private company, the Sewage Systems, to build a plant to forestall all of this cholera situation and also help Ghana to achieve the Millennium Development Goals at the time. Let's look at the details. So Professor Mills is author of this document. Your memorandum on the above mentioned subject refers, HE, the President, has given approval for you to send to Parliament for approval a credit agreement for the provision of guarantee by the government of Ghana. So a credit agreement is going to Parliament. President Mills is writing to his finance minister and a couple of ministers to send a credit agreement to Parliament for approval. Let's go on and see what's there. For a cover, okay, what was the last sentence? Government of Ghana to cover a credit facility of an amount of 95 million Ghana cedis. This is the 95 million. The first time this 95 million is mentioned in official documents, it's mentioned in an executive approval document from the desk of President Mills, and it's 95 million. It's a credit facility. It's a guarantee to support a credit facility. I'm sure people can understand that. A guarantee to support a credit facility. The credit facility is to be given from Standard Chartered Bank, and it is to be given to Sewage Systems Ghana Limited. This is the first time 95 million appears. 2012, July 2012. Keep the date open. Okay. Sewage Systems Ghana Limited and Standard Chartered Bank Limited. I should be grateful if you could take requisite action on the decision. And it's signed by the Secretary to the Cabinet, is Ben C. Egan. He's the Secretary to the Cabinet. And this letter is written to the Minister for Finance and Economic Planning, Dr. Kwabena Dufour, and is also written to Minister for Local Government. So this is the first time 95 million occurs. So cholera outbreak, government is concerned, Ministry of Local Government begin to talk to Zoom Lion. Zoom Lion says, I can get a loan from Standard Chartered Bank and build a facility to fix this problem, because that's what they do. They fix sanitation and health problems. That's what they do. And they are doing it under the guise of a company called Sewage Systems Ghana Limited and two other companies. Okay, so government says, okay, go take the loan, but I will guarantee it. So what happens? The document for the guarantee, now we are on 13th August 2012. 13th August 2012, pursuant to the cabinet approval, the executive approval, this document is now going into Parliament. So that's the document that goes to Parliament. Parliamentary service letterhead. You can see that. Let's read some of the details. Okay. Credit agreement between Sewage Systems Ghana Limited and Standard Chartered Bank as guarantor for an amount of 95 million for the construction and management of liquid and medical waste systems, Kolebu medical waste disposal plants, Mudo fecal waste treatment, etc., etc. Let's look at the details. And we'll put a photograph of the beloved speaker, the Mrs. Joyce Bamford, the first female speaker. At that time, she was Speaker of Parliament. Okay. Parliament, at its 54th sitting held on Monday, 13th August 2012, approved by resolution the credit agreement between Sewage Systems Ghana Limited and Standard Chartered Bank Ghana Limited with the government of the Republic of Ghana. Okay, as guarantor. So it is an agreement between Standard Chartered Bank and Sewage Systems with the government of Ghana as guarantor. The amount to be taken from the bank is more than 95 million, by the way, but the government of Ghana is guaranteeing up to 95 million of the loan. Okay. For the construction and management of the liquid and medical waste systems, Kolebu medical waste disposal plants, Mudo fecal waste plants, etc. Okay, I am directed to forward to you the text of the resolution as follows. This is the resolution that was given by the Parliament of Ghana. It was a resolution. That means all members of Parliament passed it as a resolution unanimously. And it says, these are the terms of what has been passed by the Parliament. By the provision of Article 181 of the Constitution and Section 7 and 10 of the Loans Act 1970, Act 355, the terms and conditions of any guarantee by the government of Ghana on behalf of any public institution or authority shall not come into operation unless the said terms and conditions have been laid before Parliament and approved by a resolution of the Parliament, pursuant to the provisions of the said Article 181 of the Constitution and Section 7 and 10 of the Loans Act, at the request of the government of Ghana, acting through the minister responsible for finance, there has been before Parliament the terms and conditions of a credit agreement between Sewage Systems Ghana Limited and Standard Chartered Bank Limited, with the government of the Republic of Ghana as guarantor for an amount of 95 million for the construction and management of liquid and medical waste, Kolebu waste, etc. This Honorable House hereby resolves as follows. Now, this is the real resolution of Parliament. In accordance with the provisions of Article 181 of the Constitution and Section 7 and 10 of the Loans Act 1970, this House approves the credit agreement between Sewage Systems Ghana Limited and Standard Chartered Bank, with the government of the Republic of Ghana as guarantor for an amount of 95 million cedis for the construction and management of liquid and medical waste, Kolebu Teaching Hospital waste, etc. The resolution is respectfully submitted for your appropriate action. Yours sincerely, Emmanuel Ayimedu, is a clerk of Parliament. Okay, so this is the story. Professor Mills sees the problem. He gets the company to work with them. They said they can go to Standard Chartered and get a loan, but they will need a government guarantee for 95 million. So it's a loan agreement in which government is participating under the Constitution, Article 181, that goes to Parliament. So that's gone to Parliament. It has been approved by Parliament. So this is the story. This is the story. So let's follow it quite clearly if we can. I'll finish very soon. Okay. Now you would wonder why from July 2012, the next letter was August 2012. See the date of the next letter, June 2016. That's the date of the next government role in the process. So government role begins in July 2012. It continues in August 2012 through Parliament. Nothing happens until 2016 June. Something, however, happened. The private sector, the private investor stepped in, because what happened? Government was unable to fulfill the guarantee, according to the story, because of IMF conditionalities and all sorts of economic hangovers, if you like. So government could not fulfill the guarantee in 2012. So the private company puts its one foot in, speaks to the bank, Standard Chartered Bank, willing to take the money. Government is guaranteeing 95 million of it. Government says somehow, I'm sorry, after the executive approval, cabinet, parliament approval, the government can no longer guarantee it anymore. Government cannot guarantee. So what happens between 2012 and 2016? Guess what? The private investor, which is the sewage system, which is Zoom Lion, the same person we're talking about, goes out to the market and borrows the money because he's ready to go and build the plant. And the government guarantee failed. So he goes out to borrow money and build the plant. So by 2016, he's built the plant in spite of the fact that the government goodwill did not materialize. So that's how we call it. It's a government goodwill, but it didn't materialize. So he goes and then he borrows money to build the plant. So he's built a plant that is taking the fecal matter, is doing all of that. So enter 2016. President John Dramani Mahama looks at the situation. The private company goes to him and appeals to him that, Mr. President, we have built this with our own money. We took money and we built it. So we're going to charge you for the management fees, 4 million Ghana cedis a month. That's the management fees that they were proposing to charge. In the original agreement, the private company was going to charge 2.5 million Ghana cedis for the management because government was participating with the guarantee. So the management fees were lower. The private company tells the president that we have to charge you more because we have taken a loan, commercial loan, and we are paying. President Mahama looks at the situation and makes an intervention. Let's see what intervention President Mahama makes. A letter is written on the 15th of June, 2016. Let's see the letter. Design and construction management of liquid and medical waste, Kolebu medical waste disposal plant, Mudor fecal waste treatment plant. Okay, President Mahama's his secretary to the cabinet is writing, my letters dated blah, blah, blah. Okay, the intention of cabinet was to provide a credit guarantee for the completion of the Accra waste treatment plant, aka Lavender Hill. The project is being undertaken by Sewage Systems Ghana Limited, which will be used by the Accra Metropolitan Assembly. Okay, following the approval of the District Assembly's Common Fund formula for the year 2016 fiscal year, I am directed to request to you to release funds provided in the formula to Sewage Systems Ghana Limited for the early completion of the project. Okay, this is written by K. Asweni, Secretary to the Cabinet. So President Mahama comes and quotes this matter. He refers to it and says that the intention of cabinet was to provide. So that intention didn't materialize. So they are now asking the company to give the money to Zoom Lion. They are asking Common Fund to give 95 million cedis. No longer a guarantee, but real 95 million cedis to give it to Zoom Lion. So Now, let's see what happens. Okay. Now, this is the plant. The plant completed. Okay. It's here. According to the Greater Accra Metropolitan Assembly, these are the completion of the plant now in 2016. A total of 26,000 cubic meter of human waste is generated in Accra each day. The Mudo wastewater treatment plant has a capacity of 18 million cubic waste. The new Lavender Hill fecal treatment plant has a capacity of 2,000. That's 18,000, and this is 2,000. And the Kotoku fecal treatment plant has a capacity of 1,000. Together, the three plants being managed by Sewage Systems Ghana Limited in Accra handles 80% of this liquid waste. Okay, so the project is complete. The sewage people have borrowed money, built it. Government comes in and provides 95 million as support for the project. Now, this is the project that you're seeing here. This is the project we are talking about. So that's how this is the outside of the project. This is all what the over 200 million that was borrowed by the private company, out of which government later gave a 95 million support. This is it. This is the project. This is how it works. It is taking care of all the waste in Ghana based on the cholera situation. All of these is what 95 million was provided for at the time. This is outside. They'll show the inside of the plant, and then we can see it properly. We're talking about three plants. This is the main one of them. And so a connection is done from the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. Medical waste comes in, and this is a recycled plant. It's a plant that is recycling all the material. So it's not just either dumping the waste somewhere so that it's going to create environmental problems. This is the reason why the incidence of cholera has reduced, and the WHO since 2016 has not said Ghana has a pandemic of cholera. This is the reason why. This is the investment that was put in by the private sector company. Government later came in to support. Even though the government guarantee fell through, the company proceeded to borrow money on the market and did this one. So that's the plant you see over there. This is the inside of the plant. It's a recycled plant. So water, liquid waste is recycled into something else. Solid waste is recycled into something else. Eventually, it will be recycled actually into energy. But now it recycles us into plastics and all of that. This is what the Sewage Systems Ghana Limited is doing. This is what Zoom Lion is doing. We should be delighted that it's a local company that's able to take our destiny into our own hands and provide a sanitation facility like that, which is taking all the waste from Kolebu Teaching Hospital. They've done pipes from the Kolebu Teaching Hospital all the way to the Lavender Hill area. One of it goes to Mudo. And this is what they put together. This is what Professor Mills wanted. This is what President Mahama supported. And this is what the government of the Nana Akufo-Addo have also supported. Which government will not support something like this? Which government elected by the people to provide for the people their well-being will not support something like this? So we are still coming back to show you the 95 million, what the 95 million was all about. So the 95 million was money given to the company to do this work, to support this work, because by the time the 95 million came in, this project was almost complete. You see that President Mahama in his memo wrote that this project should have early completion. That's why he was in a hurry to get the common fund people to provide 95 million for the Sewage Systems Ghana Limited to be able to finish the project. This is the story. This is really the story. So all of what we are showing you now is part of the project. We'll put some photographs up. Let's put some photographs up, and then you can see they'll come and show some still photographs. All of these videos we took from them. Now, we filmed all of this yesterday when we were looking at we asked the people to give us the evidence of the matter. So this is the plant. This is outside parts of it. You see the water in there. There are pipes laid under it. This is some of the establishments. We are talking about 3 different plants. This is at the time that they were. This is an old photograph when they were completing, putting the slabs out there. They were working hard. Young men and women of Accra working together to make this happen. This is also part of the plant. All of this is part of the plant. So, okay, so let's come back to the studio and let's be wrapping up and do what we have to do. So this is the story. Okay. Now, the Common Fund administrator is saying that what we need to do, and they say that they wrote this to the Auditor General ahead of his preliminary remarks. Let's put the Common Fund here. In the 2020 Common Fund formula, they're going to put it up and then you see it. That's the solution to the problem. So government has paid 95. What does government get? I think that's a question people are asking. What government gets is that there's a company that is managing the plant and it's a build, operate, transfer. The Zoom Lion people are not building it and taking it forever. So the Osafo-Mafo committee met. When Osafo-Mafo became senior minister, there was this concern. So he met and said, look at with Alima, the local government minister, look at the Zoom Lion people, deduct the 95, let's see what is left, and let's calculate the basis of the build, operate, transfer. I have that document here. That's what happened. The Osafo-Mafo put a committee together with local government minister Alima and said that, okay, let's deal with the thing. Government gave them 95 million. Take the 95 million out, value the plant. Let's see what is left. And then we will use that to calculate how many more years they would have to manage it for government before they transfer it. It's a build, operate, transfer. There's no problem about that. So this is the 2020 formula. This is written by the Common Fund Administrator, the 2020 formula, and she's making a recommendation of how to deal with the problem. So she says that an amount of 95 million, which was given to Accra Sewage System Plant and Kolebu Medical Waste, MUDO, in 2016 by governments through the District Assembly Common Fund, is expected to be paid back within the next 3 years, 2021 to 2023. This is the story. So where is the problem? You have now seen the story from the beginning. This is the Common Fund Administrator writing. He says that an amount of 95 million, this document is in Parliament. This is the District Assembly Common Fund formula that was approved by Parliament. This document is in Parliament. So here it is, an amount of 95 million which was given to the sewage system to be paid between 2021 and 2023. Within a matter of 2 years, 2021, 2023. Now, why is this a very easy call? Why is it a no-brainer? I said no-brainer because the Sewage System Ghana Limited belongs to the Zoom Lion Group. Zoom Lion takes care of fundamentally most of the sanitation in Ghana. As we speak, the government of Ghana owes Zoom Lion some money. And because Zoom Lion will continue to work for the government of Ghana, and a lot of their work is done with the assemblies, and the District Assembly Common Fund controls the assemblies. That's why President Mahama said, take the money from the District Assembly Common Fund and give it to them. So that when District Assembly Common Fund is paying them, they may deduct, they may do that, they may do this, and secure the money. Under no circumstance will the government of Ghana be unable to secure 95 million that it gives to one of its biggest contractors in the sanitation industry. So this is the story. Where is the problem about the story? But it's the Auditor General's preliminary report. We believe that once the Auditor General looks at this, he will give a different and contrary outcome to the whole narrative. That narrative will change once the Auditor General looks at this. So this is the real story. 95 million here is to be paid by 2021 to 2023, after which the company will continue to manage the plants. Government pays them 2.5 million cedis a month for managing the plants. A build, operate, transfer.